Boxing YouTube channel attempts to defend the failing numbers of Canelo versus Golovkin 3. Okay, let's do it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I gotta make this video. I went over the Canelo Golovkin US numbers, which is what I'm concerned with as a US citizen, right? And also in the US, it's not just about being a US citizen. In the US is where they charge the most, the US and Canada, right? For DAZN. The bottom line is Canelo disappoints, and there was an article written about how it was disappointing numbers turned in from Canelo Golovkin 3, which, if you think about it, really not surprising. If you listen to my channel, the great Ego Stradamus told you that this wasn't the fight that people demanded, especially Canelo coming off a loss to Bivol. You could have easily rematched him and maybe did some numbers. Charlo, David Benavidez, these are, of course, even bigger fights in my view. PBC Showtime offered Canelo a deal, and he chose to stick it out with DAZN, so we got to follow up and go with the numbers. Now, you see right here, YouTube channel says 500,000 buys is not bad when the average pay-per-view has been trending around 100 to 200,000. I heard once that if a pay-per-view does over 150,000 to 200,000 buys, then it's a profit. And I said on my Twitter, make sure you guys follow me at Boxing Ego. Fight Hub just said that 500,000 for Canelo Golovkin isn't bad, LOL. So let's play dumb and not actually put it in perspective. 500K isn't bad if you're not paying out the main event 75 million, which you see from the article. So this is crazy that you still have people trying to defend the Canelo numbers, you know. And for me, I'm a straight shooter. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, and a success is a success. We give it credit. A failure is a failure. You know, I mean, to make a blanket statement like this is just laughable. To say 500,000 buys is not bad, as if there's no other variables, nothing else you need to input. It's just a once and done, one size fits all, I guess, like a snapback. You know, you just get the one size, and no matter what the circumference of your head is, it'll fit, right? But in the business of boxing, it isn't a snapback, and that's not how it works. It's not one size fits all. So 500,000 buys. The reason I have to make this video is it's not just the YouTube channel that said this. I'm seeing a lot of the Canelo fans and the Canelo man fans, and they're using the same argument. For one, defense mechanism number one, talk about a PBC fighter. Oh, Gervonta sold this. Wilder sells this. Errol Spence sold this. Terrence Crawford, you know, whoever. And it's like, what does any of these fighters have to do with the recent numbers from the most recent fight, Canelo versus Golovkin? Also, DAZN and his counterparts put pressure on Canelo, like Eddie Hearn, because he talks a lot. And he does interviews, and he says the fight's going to do 800 to 1 million plus. And, you know, it's the biggest fight in world boxing. Eddie Hearn put pressure by saying that Canelo Golovkin 3 is a bigger fight than Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, which we know at the bare bones minimum, no matter what you say, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford will be a better fight. People will have enjoyed it. Versus Canelo Golovkin 3, people were complaining about boredom, saying they wasted their money, saying that they turned it off, etc. So no matter if the numbers tanked and flopped like they did, or if they sold great, which they didn't, but even if it did, it's all about the end result. People weren't happy with the product that is Canelo versus Golovkin 3 as a main event. So that's that. But again, to make blanket statements, a lot of people are doing this and saying, oh, 500K is great. But again, you have to look at all the nuanced things. They paid $75 million. That's what the report says. You see it right there. $75 million for Golovkin and Canelo only. This doesn't include the money it costs to rent the venue out, to keep the lights out, to keep the lights on, security, undercard fighters and their pay and their opponents, you know, and these types of things. This is just to pay two people. So this is absolutely disastrous when you turn the numbers like that. So for anybody who's comparing Tank or whatever fighter, the other fighters that you're mentioning, the A and B side aren't getting $75 million. So no matter what you say, the math is not going to be as disastrous as when you overpay two guys and then they underperform and people aren't satisfied with the event and the event draws less than 1 million by a long shot. And I think those numbers were inflated on top of all other things. They said it did 550. I think that's an inflated number because you look at the buzz leading up to this fight, no one was really even talking about the fight. And it was a fight that they spaced it out and waited too long. Triple G, as I said, had been regressing, but there's a lot of people who they seem to want to play games, at least with me, and they're in the comment section and saying 500K is great without doing the rest of the math. And I got an analogy for you guys, and it goes like this. If you went to the hospital and you took a flu shot, you got a flu shot, and then they took you to a register and said, that'll be $500. And you say, oh, $500, that's not bad. And you happily pay $500 for the flu shot. And then later you find out that your insurance covered the flu shot and the flu shot was in fact free. So now what you just thought was, you're like, oh, $500 to cover my health, that's not bad. Just like the YouTube channel is saying 500K with no perspective. He's saying 500K is not bad. That's like going to get that flu shot for $500 and say, oh, that's not that bad for my health. But then you find out it was a free flu shot. So it's all about perspective. That's the point I'm making. You know, you would be mad because you got duped because you paid $500 when your insurance covered it and the flu shot should have been free. And then the person, the doctor, nurse pocketed your $500. So perspective actually matters when we're talking about boxing, especially the business of boxing. So hopefully I was able to clear that up. SLC, we're on the road to 300K. Subscribe, like, and comment. I'm the best in the business, but y'all already knew that. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We work.